What feels like isolation is often transformation in disguise. Don't mistake being hidden for being forgotten. Isolation precedes transformation. This is a truth that echoes throughout the pages of history. And for those who walk a spiritual path, it is a divine pattern that is both challenging and necessary. The moments when you feel most alone, forgotten, or sidelined are often the very moments when something deep is happening within you. Not everything that grows does so in the light. Some of the most powerful breakthroughs begin in darkness, in silence, and solitude. Think about the times in your life when everything seemed to be stripped away. Friends stopped calling. Opportunities dried up. You found yourself separated from the noise, the chaos, and the comfort of routine. It felt like everything familiar was taken away. That moment wasn't just a coincidence or a result of bad luck. There is often a deeper reason, an unseen hand rearranging your steps, not to punish you, but to prepare you. In the stillness of isolation, there's a voice that begins to rise within. You start to confront who you really are without the distractions. You face your doubts, your fears, your wounds. It's in these seasons that layers are peeled back, masks fall away, and your soul begins to speak truth to your heart. That's why isolation can feel so uncomfortable. It forces you to face what you've been avoiding. But here's the miracle. That same discomfort is the birthplace of transformation. In Scripture, we see people taken into the wilderness before stepping into greatness. The wilderness is a place of testing, but also of shaping. It's not a final destination. It's a necessary detour. You may feel like you're on the sidelines, but really, you're in the classroom. You're not being pushed away. You're being drawn inward, molded, prepared. In the hidden places, character is built. In the quiet places, vision is restored. In the lonely places, strength is forged. There are things that can only be learned in isolation. When no one is clapping for you, when no one is watching, that's when you discover your true motivations. That's when you begin to realize that your worth is not tied to performance, to approval, or to applause. You are being taught to stand on your own, to find purpose beyond the praise of others, to listen to a higher voice that speaks not to impress, but to transform. The transformation that begins in isolation is often invisible at first. It doesn't come with fireworks. It comes slowly, like the forming of roots underground. But make no mistake, what's happening inside you is sacred. You are being refined, made stronger, clearer, and more whole. And when the season of isolation ends, you will emerge not as the same person who entered it, but as someone wiser, deeper, and more aligned with the purpose that was always meant for you. So don't curse the isolation. Don't despise the silence. The universe doesn't waste pain, and it never isolates without purpose. What you're going through now may feel like abandonment, but in truth, it's an invitation to transformation, to clarity, to a strength that can't be shaken. You're not being punished. You're being prepared. Silence is not absence. For those walking a path of faith, silence can be one of the most difficult seasons to endure. It feels like a void, a deep stillness where answers used to come easily, where comfort used to be felt without question. You pray, and it seems like no one is listening. You seek direction, but all you find is more waiting. In these moments, it's tempting to believe that silence means abandonment, that perhaps you've been forgotten or left behind. But silence, especially on a spiritual journey, often holds a greater purpose than we can see. In a natural world, silence is not empty. It is full of life. Underground, roots are spreading. In the womb, life is being formed. In the cocoon, transformation is happening. None of these processes make noise, but they are vital. In the same way, the silence in your life does not mean nothing is happening. It often means everything is happening, just beneath the surface. The universe, in its mysterious wisdom, uses silence not to harm you, but to tune your ears to a different frequency. It strips away the noise so you can hear the deeper whispers, the ones you miss when life is loud and busy. Think about the moments in life when everything felt still, when no doors opened, when friends couldn't offer the right words, when your usual sources of strength seemed silent. In those moments, something was being nurtured in you. Trust. Not the shallow kind of trust that relies on instant results or emotional highs, but the deep, enduring trust that says, even when I hear nothing, I know I'm not alone. Even when I feel nothing, I believe I'm being held. It is easy to feel strong when everything is going your way. It's easy to believe you're guided when signs are clear and confirmations are everywhere. But the real test comes when the signs disappear, when the path ahead is foggy, and when every step feels uncertain. That is when silence becomes the training ground of faith. You learn to walk, not by sight or sound, but by conviction. You begin to realize that your connection to something greater is not always proven through words or wonders, but often through the quiet endurance of simply not giving up. There are lessons in silence that cannot be taught any other way. It reveals what's truly inside of you. It reveals whether your faith was built on feelings or on something stronger. It shows whether your hope was situational or rooted in a deeper truth. Silence brings the impurities to the surface, the doubts, the fears, the impatience, but it also brings the refining. It forces you to confront your heart, to let go of control, to surrender to something bigger than your understanding. And in that surrender, a strange peace begins to rise. Not because the silence has ended, but because you've changed within it. You stop needing to hear something in order to believe something. You stop needing constant reassurance because you've learned how to rest in stillness. You realize that just because the voice is quiet doesn't mean the presence is gone. You begin to trust that silence is a language of its own, a language of growth, of trust, and of preparation. Delay is not denial. It's one of the hardest truths to accept, especially when your heart is full of expectation and your spirit is aching for movement. You prayed, you believed, you stepped forward in faith, and still the answer hasn't come. The door hasn't opened, the change hasn't arrived, and you begin to wonder if what you're waiting for will ever become reality. But on this journey of faith, delay often means something more than a simple no. It means there's a timing greater than yours at work, a plan unfolding that requires not just your desire, but your patience, trust, and preparation. The truth is, what you're waiting for may be ready for you, but you might not yet be ready for it. Or perhaps you are ready, but what's meant for you is still being aligned, molded, positioned. When delay enters your story, it isn't always about punishment or rejection. Sometimes it's about perfect positioning. There are pieces moving behind the scenes that you cannot see, relationships being formed, doors being prepared, even hearts being softened, so that when the moment finally comes, it fits together with divine precision. Think about the seasons in your life when you thought something was overdue, when you felt ready, capable, and full of vision, but nothing happened. Those seasons weren't wasted. They were sacred, because in the delay, your strength was stretched. Your faith was refined. Your perspective deepened. You learned how to hold on to a promise without evidence, to trust the unseen, and to keep walking even when the path wasn't clear. That is the kind of endurance that cannot be shaken. It's built only in seasons of waiting. Delay also teaches you how to separate what is temporary from what is eternal. In the fast-paced culture we live in, everything is expected now. Immediate results, instant gratification, quick answers. But faith does not operate on earthly timelines. It is rooted in something eternal, something timeless. And when your life aligns with that eternal rhythm, delay becomes less threatening and more instructive. It becomes a tool used to shape you into someone who can carry the weight of what you've asked for. Because it's one thing to receive a blessing, it's another thing entirely to sustain it. Many times, what feels like a delay is actually mercy. You may think you're ready for that opportunity, that relationship, that breakthrough, but only the divine knows what lies ahead. Sometimes, you're being protected from stepping into something prematurely that could wound you more than bless you. What feels like a closed door could be a shield. What feels like a missed moment could be a redirection that will save your purpose down the road. In delay, you're invited into deeper surrender. You begin to realize that you're not just waiting on a thing, you're becoming someone. You're not just enduring time, you're being transformed by it. And this transformation doesn't just benefit you, it impacts everyone your life touches. When your promise finally arrives, you won't just be thankful for the outcome. You'll carry the wisdom, the patience, and the resilience gained from the delay. You'll realize that the journey prepared you just as much as the destination ever could. So hold on in the waiting. Keep believing in the pause. Delay is not the end of your story. It's the sacred space where your future is being refined and where your strength is being made unshakable. Hidden for refinement, not rejection. There comes a season in every journey where you feel tucked away, unseen, unnoticed, and perhaps even unwanted. It's a strange kind of loneliness, not just the absence of people, but the absence of progress, recognition, and open doors. It feels like you're buried, but the truth is you're being planted. Being hidden does not mean you've been cast aside. It means you're being prepared for something greater than what the present can carry. There's a powerful difference between being discarded and being refined. Rejection leaves you behind. Refinement brings you forward, but only after you've been strengthened, shaped, and purified. The process of refinement is often done in private because transformation doesn't begin on the stage, it begins in the shadows. The greatest work is done when no one is watching, when there's no applause, no validation, no spotlight. Just you, your thoughts, your faith, and the unseen hands molding your soul. Gold does not become gold without fire. Diamonds are not formed without none of it becomes reality without the hidden season in hidden place. You learn how to keep going. You learn how to be patient so you can be trusted. And most of all, you learn that your value is it comes from being true to the process, even when you are hidden. It's easy to you see everything elevated, celebrated, huge, and you wonder, but timing is everything. So what's meant to be isn't just about the right outcome. It's also about the right version. And that version is being shaped. You may not feel it, but you are growing. You're shedding old patterns, healing old wounds, letting go of what's old. And though no one else sees the work, the fruit of it will be undeniable when the time is right. This hidden season is not a punishment. It's a sanctuary. It's a sacred space where the noise of the world is silenced so that you can hear what truly matters. It's where your motives are purified, your vision is clarified, and your foundation is made strong enough to carry the weight of what's coming. Without this season, the blessing might crush you. The success might distort you. The responsibility might break you. But because you were hidden first, you'll be able to stand in what's coming with integrity and humility. You have not been forgotten. You have been trusted. Trusted enough to be set apart, to be prepared in the quiet, to be shaped in the unseen. That's not rejection. That's favor. Not the kind that flatters, but the kind that forms. And when the appointed time comes, when the preparation meets the opportunity, you won't just show up, you'll be ready. You'll walk in not with arrogance, but with assurance. Not with fear, but with fire. Because you'll know the cost of the hidden place, and you'll carry the strength of everything it taught you. Hidden for refinement, not rejection. There comes a season in every journey where you feel tucked away, unseen, unnoticed, and perhaps even unwanted. It's a strange kind of loneliness, not just the absence of people, but the absence of progress, recognition, and open doors. It feels like you're buried, but the truth is you're being planted. Being hidden does not mean you've been cast aside. It means you're being prepared for something greater than what the present can carry. There's a powerful difference between being discarded and being refined. Rejection leaves you behind. Refinement brings you forward, but only after you've been strengthened, shaped, and purified. The process of refinement is often done in private because transformation doesn't begin on the stage, it begins in the shadows. The greatest work is done when no one is watching, when there's no applause, no validation, no spotlight. Just you, your thoughts, your faith, and the unseen hands molding your soul. Gold does not become gold without fire. Diamonds are not formed without pressure. And your calling, your purpose, your impact, none of it becomes reality without the hidden seasons where your character is deepened and your heart is humbled. In a hidden place, you learn discipline. You learn how to keep going without praise. You learn how to be faithful with little so you can be trusted with much. And most of all, you learn that your value doesn't come from being seen. It comes from being true to the process, even when no one is looking. When you are hidden, it's easy to compare. You see others being elevated, celebrated, used, and you wonder if you've been overlooked. But timing is everything in the realm of purpose. What's meant for you isn't just about the right opportunity. It's also about the right version of you showing up for it. And that version is being shaped right now in the hidden place. You may not feel it, but you are growing. You are shedding old patterns, healing old wounds, letting go of what no longer belongs. And though no one else sees the work, the fruit of it will be undeniable when the time is right. This hidden season is not a punishment. It's a sanctuary. It's a sacred space where the noise of the world is silenced so that you can hear what truly matters. It's where your motives are purified, your vision is clarified, and your foundation is made strong enough to carry the weight of what's coming. Without this season, the blessing might crush you. The success might distort you. The responsibility might break you. But because you were hidden first, you'll be able to stand in what's coming with integrity and humility. You have not been forgotten. You have been trusted. Trusted enough to be set apart, to be prepared in the quiet, to be shaped in the unseen. That's not rejection. That's favor. Not the kind that flatters, but the kind that forms. And when the appointed time comes, when the preparation meets the opportunity, you won't just show up. You'll be ready. You'll walk in not with arrogance, but with assurance. Not with fear, but with fire. Because you'll know the cost of the hidden place, and you'll carry the strength of everything it taught you. So if you find yourself in a season of silence, waiting, or isolation, don't lose heart. You are not being overlooked, punished, or rejected. You are being prepared, refined, and positioned for something greater than you can currently imagine. The stillness is shaping your strength. The delay is deepening your trust, and the hiding is molding your purpose. Every moment has meaning, and every season is sacred. Keep your heart anchored in hope and your eyes fixed on the unseen, because what is forming in private will one day be revealed with power. Thank you for allowing me to speak into your journey today. May you walk through your season of isolation with faith, resilience, and the unshakable belief that you are being shaped for something divine.